Most owners love power, most journalists love power. This is where they are headed.
I think largely media tends to follow power.
There is a growing shift and a much more deliberate and conscious sort of an influence that is exerted by ownership of media.
1 year ago you were quite on the other side, and now you're somersaulting. Do you notice the somersault?
Is journalism all about access then? Is that what it is?
If you do not have access, what do you do? Journalism is also about what the people in power are doing, what they're thinking, what they're planning.
I think we've stopped traveling, looking, writing. That is where journalism comes from. That has nothing to do with my access to ministers.
The fact that media is increasingly at one level a business,
right,
but at another level the reason why people invest in it more and more is not because it is business. It is always the traditional reasons that you get to exercise influence.
So now when you suddenly see everybody rushing to your side, are you waiting with open arms or are you going to punch them in the face?
Just because he's got a huge mandate, if I think Modi was a problem before the mandate, he remains a problem after the mandate as far as I'm concerned.
Well, if you presume that the entire media houses were left before Modi came onto the scene in the last 6 months, then you can call it rightward shift.
You notice the somersaults of people you follow on social media sites
Such
as well. Let's not take names.
Why not? I say let's take names.
No.
While the Gandhis had full-page ads being given by, published by other sycophants in the Congress, it seems Modi's ass-kissing advertising comes from industry.
Let's be quite frank, the UPA did not understand very well how to twist owners around. The question is, I think if they had come down harder at some point or the other, the media would have succumbed earlier.
I think the problem the question arises is because of the clash between the appearance of objectivity and the fact that people present themselves as objective and the fear and the deep suspicion that is not the case.
We don't believe that absolute objectivity is possible.
I completely agree. At least ownership should be transparent. If the owners have a political position, that ought to be transparent.
Easy for you to say.
No, it is transparent, right? It is easy. That is why it is.
Search for objectivity is a
Futile.
not only futile, it's the wrong way to look at the issue.
Right.
What you should look at is whether the news sources you are getting your news from is independent.
न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री 10 साल का हो चुका है। इन 10 सालों में बिना सरकारी या गैर सरकारी विज्ञापन के हम लगातार ज़मीनी हकीकत आपके सामने ला रहे हैं। आप सब जानते हैं कि जो विज्ञापन देता है उसका दबाव होता है कि खबरें उसके हित की हो, लेकिन न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री जनहित की खबरें करता है। ऐसा इसलिए मुमकिन हो पाता है क्योंकि हम आपके सहयोग से काम करते हैं। तो न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री को अपना सहयोग बनाए रखें ताकि आने वाले सालों साल तक हम ऐसे ही जनहित की खबरें करते रहें। न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री को सहयोग करें और मीडिया को आज़ाद रखने में अपनी भूमिका निभाएं।